to start off by saying thank you to everybody who has sent us in pictures and videos of the storms that we have out there. Of course, I want to caution you, though, please don't take these pictures. We love to get them, but not if your safety is at risk. So be careful when you are out there taking these pictures. And if there's a tornado warning for your area, instead of being outside taking the pictures, we'd rather have you in your basements. But take a look at some of these that have streamed into our Facebook pages. Lots from that ominous-looking cloud, the wall cloud up in northeastern El Paso County. This one sent to us by Lee Wallace. Lisa sent us this picture. You can see some heavy rain there falling at the center of your screen and also on the left-hand side of your screen. Kennedy sent us this picture, and, well, this is the storm that prompted the National Weather Service to issue a tornado warning earlier that has been allowed to expire. No tornadoes were reported to have touched down, but we had several reports of funnel clouds and even saw a few pictures of those, too. The storm has lost a lot of its organization, so now it's just producing some very heavy rain in northeastern El Paso County. The tornado warning has been allowed to expire. The only warning that we have to tell you about is a severe thunderstorm warning that will continue until 5:30 for Lincoln County. This is going to include the city of Carville. This storm is just producing a lot of heavy rain, so we could see some standing water on the roads, some minor flooding. Those will be tracking very closely here over the next hour or so. Taking a look farther toward the south, we do have quite a bit of lightning still across eastern Los Animas County. This whole line of storms that extends from about DIA all the way south to about Kim, these are all going to keep pushing off toward the east. Once these move out of here, we should have a much quieter night ahead. So if you're hoping to head to the Switchbacks game tonight, I think that Mother Nature is going to cooperate. But beneath these storms, it's not just the hail or the tornado threat that we have, but also heavy rain. Take a look at this video that was sent to us from La Junta as some of these heavy storms moved overhead. Thank you to Daniel for sending us that. Speaking of rain, we're expecting a lot more tomorrow. Flash flood watches in effect for most of southeastern Colorado. These are going to go into effect at noon tomorrow because the potential for heavy rain is going to be even higher tomorrow than it is out there right now. Skycast is showing again, as I mentioned, the storms that we have out there currently, those are going to keep on sliding off toward the east. As soon as they move out of here, we're done for the night. By tomorrow morning, as you're heading out the door to work or wherever your Thursday morning is taking you, we'll have mostly cloudy skies, but we're not going to be tracking any rain, at least for the lower elevations. Up across the high country, could have a few lingering storms around through early tomorrow morning. The storms aren't going to move into our part of the state, however, until lunchtime. Here's a look at noon, and we'll start to see a few storms popping up along the Palmer Divide, intensifying as we take you through the afternoon. Here's a look at 3 o'clock. The areas of yellow on your screen, that Skycast way of suggesting the storms that do develop tomorrow will be capable of producing that heavy rain. Models have us getting anywhere between 1 and 3 inches of rain here over the next 24 to 48 hours, so a lot of rain in our near future. We're going to keep the storms around through tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. They will continue dropping off toward the south, pushing off toward the east. We'll get a brief break around 10 o'clock tomorrow before yet another band of rain moves in during the early morning hours of your Friday. Here's a look at 1 a.m. We'll keep the rain falling fairly heavily through the early morning hours of Friday. So this is going to be one of those systems where you could wake up to the heavy rain falling outside of your house early on Friday. We'll keep the rain in place through the Friday morning and into the early afternoon before things finally begin to come to an end by Friday afternoon and Friday evening. Temperatures tonight will be falling into the 50s and 60s. High temperatures tomorrow will hit 70s and 80s before the storms move through. Once the storms arrive, though, temperatures are going to cool off about 10 to 20 degrees. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, it is going to get a lot colder on Friday. One of the reasons we have the storms lasting through the night and into Friday morning is because we're tracking a cold front that's going to move through, giving those storms a little extra energy. We only warmed to 60 degrees on Friday. We'll keep storms in place through the first half of Friday, beginning to dry out through the weekend. Afternoon thunderstorms possible Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, looking very nice next week. Temperatures in the 80s once again returning. Pueblo 82 degrees tomorrow, and then 67 degrees is all we're going to get to on Friday. We'll be in the 70s though Saturday, with 80s expected to return to Pueblo on Sunday, and then by next Wednesday, 90 degrees is your high temperature. Canyon City, 79 is what we'll hit tomorrow, 64 on Friday behind the cold front. We're back in the 70s this weekend with 80s expected Monday and Tuesday. Teller County, 65 degrees tomorrow, 56 on Friday with temperatures in the 60s over the weekend. And then eventually it'll begin to feel a bit more like June, but we have to wait until the middle of next week. So tomorrow, biggest concern is the heavy rain and the potential for flooding. Make sure that you have a plan. Make sure that you're prepared. Flash flood watch is going to affect tomorrow at noon.
All right. We've got the alert.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up. Well, baseball, the great American pastime.